Alright guys, so it's Alex Chang and Ryan Fan here, and we're going to be giving you a tutorial on how to do this move, known as the thumb fan. It's a rather knacky move, but it looks really great, and in general it's just really fun to do, and you can attract a lot of attention with this. So for some brief background knowledge, there's actually not a credited creator to this move. It was invented sometime around the 1900s and the 1980s. I mean, not the 1980s, the 1800s. But it's such a classic move, and it's been around for such a long time that no one knows who invented it. So, yeah, there's not much history to it, but basically it's one of the longest-lasting magic moves ever created. Or a card flush. So, onto the tutorial itself. First of all, you're gonna need, obviously, a deck of cards. This deck right here, this is a bicycle deck. They're really great. They handle great, and they're also affordable. They only go from around $3 to $4 a deck, and on Amazon you can get them for $1. I've seen some vendors. You can also get them at the Galleria right here. There's a CVS right next to it, so you can buy a deck right there. They also last a very long time. This is an example of a really aged one. As you can see, it's wearing out. I have labels on it. It's taped. And the cards still fan great, so yeah, it's overall a really good deck. For an example of a bad deck, you can see right here, this is a BCG deck made somewhere not in America. First of all, the cards themselves are hard to get out of the box, and the back design is rather boring, and as you can see, they do not fan whatsoever, so it's a really bad deck. Avoid these at all costs. Thankfully, from what I've seen, the BCG decks can only be bought in New York, so you don't have to worry about these as much. So onto the tutorial itself. Once you've gotten your deck of cards, you're going to learn how to fan. So first, you're going to need to put it in your primary grip. So just take the deck with your right hand and place it in your left hand, just like this. So basically what's happening is that you'll have it on top, resting right on top of your middle finger and your index finger right here. And you might have a little space in between your thumb, that's fine. And your thumb should be right here. Now you want to put it as close to the bottom edge as you can. If you move it up here, you can still fan, but it's rather difficult. I'll show you right now, it makes a smaller fan as well. So make sure that you keep it as low to the deck as you can. Once you've gotten it there, what you're going to do is you're going to take it again and bevel it just slightly like this. So this is not actually entirely necessary move, but it's a really important one because it helps to make the cards fan easier. It spreads easier. So I definitely recommend doing it because it just helps a lot. And it makes it easier, especially for beginners. So once you're here, you're going to leave it like this, and you're going to take it with your right hand and angle it just like that. So the angle depends on your hand size. So my hands are relatively small. But if you have larger hands, you don't have to angle it much, and you'll get a really wide fan. For people with smaller hands, you might want to angle it as much as you can, like this, to create a wider fan. But it also all depends on your personal preference, so if you don't want a wider fan, you can just do a regular small one. Okay, so back onto the tutorial. After you've angled the deck and beveled it, you'll notice that the position changes slightly. So you're going to have a larger space in between your thumb and the deck, and again, that's fine. And it might border onto your ring finger now. Now that's fine, it's perfectly normal. You don't have to change anything about it. And you're going to have space right here between your middle finger, which is not covered by the deck. So once you're at this point, you're going to take your right hand and bring your index finger right over to this top corner where the number is. Your thumb should go right here, and these fingers don't really do much. You can just rest them on top of the deck. So now the finger you're going to be used as spreading is your index. So in a simple explanation with not many details, basically you're just dragging the cards in a circle. That's basically all you're doing. But to be more exact, you're applying pressure with both hands just a tiny bit in order to keep the cards steady and let them spread straight. So as you can see here, you must do this move with speed. You have to do it fast. There's no other way around it. Make sure that you apply just a tiny bit of pressure with your thumb and in these two fingers, because this will allow the cards to stay together when you spread, so that they do not like spread in clumps. They'll spread separately, each one. And when you spread, start your index finger like about here, about the fourth of the deck up. Because the bottom cards, as you spread like this, they'll move with the deck because of the bevel. So you don't actually have to spread them. As you can see, they spread themselves. That's one of the benefits of making a bevel. So once you've gone to here, again, you're going to spread the deck in a circular motion as fast as you can. Just slide it across. And also make sure that when you're sliding it, do a full circle like this. If you do a low one, you notice that it might get stuck. Well, not right now because it's kind of hard to replicate it, but it occasionally may get stuck and you'll be in a position where it only spreads halfway like this. And it'll be holding like this, and it'll be really awkward. So try your best to avoid that, and spread it, and try to create the largest circle you can. The largest spread. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Some tips, again, to make sure that you also apply just a tiny bit of pressure with your index finger of your right hand. This will also allow you to put more pressure on your cards, which will allow it to spread more evenly. And this is just due to the nature of cards themselves. It's physics. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Oh, yeah, and by the way, this move is it's not really that difficult. It's pretty easy to do. The hard part is mastering it, to be able to do it, like, every time. Just, that's the hard part. But learning how to fan the cards themselves, it's fairly easy. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and thanks.